Hi, my name is Peyton Scow, and my proposal is for an instructional video teaching the basics of gardening. And let's see, the purpose of my instructional video would be to teach and educate people on just the basics of gardening. So typically people who have no prior experience with gardening and really teach them how to, the basics, everything they'll need, and the benefits as well, because there are endless benefits to learning gardening. It's a great skill to know, not only for yourself, but also for your friends and family. You can teach them as well. You can teach your kids one day. It's really good for your health as well. It can help relieve stress. It will get you outside, get you active, you get some vitamin D. It's also more nutritious as well, and you know exactly what is going into your food, any chemicals, anything like that. You know exactly what is in it. If you're growing your own produce, you're more likely to eat it rather than let it go to waste. And you can also save some money as well. If you're buying a lot of produce at the store, you can just go out and get some from your garden instead. Alright, so the video will have simple wording and instructions so that a wide variety of people can attain that information. It's going to be easy to understand, simple, about 10 minutes long. It will have a voiceover with closed captions, and also video clips of what we're talking about in the voiceover. So like any actions we're performing, we'll have video clips of that. So really, whichever way you learn best, you should be able to get information from this video. Okay, and then the outline of the video itself. So it will go over the basic tools needed in order to start your own garden. We'll also give recommended plants to start out with too. Of course, there are different complexities of plants, and some are a lot harder than others. So we plan on giving good beginner plants, easy, easy to learn, and things like that. We'll also give tips for continued plant care and resources. If you have any questions, if you have a problem with the plant, you need help, you need something, we'll have resources for that, so that you have a continued source, so that you don't just give up on the project. You'll continue with your garden and learn in the future. And then in the video, we'll also cover the basic steps of gardening, which includes picking the right plant for you, whichever ones you want to start out with. You got to pick that plant. Then you have to prepare the soil, and then also go over just the caring for the soil in the long run. Once you have planted it, you still have to care for that soil. Then it will also go over watering plants. Of course, every plant is different, has different watering schedules, how much, and things like that. And then we will also go over weed and pest control. That is very important, and that can kill your plants if you don't consider it when gardening. All right, and our audience. So our target audience will mainly be younger adults and younger generations, because they typically have little to no prior experience with gardening, and we can assume that they don't have much prior knowledge, but they're wanting to get into gardening. We're also talking about people who've grown up with technology, and we don't have a lot of self-reliance. We have like a phone to look at and find all our information, and so it's a really important thing for young people to be able to get out and actually do something and learn these skills hands-on. Okay, and the market, as you can see in that graph, in 2020, the rise of the gardening retail from COVID-19, and it has increased drastically. So there's a lot of people in the market to learn about gardening. More people are going to that, especially after COVID-19. You had a lot of supply shortages that are still continuing today. And now we're also having to deal with the labor shortages as well, and that is expected to continue. So with those supply shortages, I think a lot of people realized they needed to be more self-reliant. And so there's definitely a market for a video like this. Okay, and this is our timeline. So you see on day 1 and 2, that is allocated for gathering supplies and setting up a filming area. Day 3 would be all for filming, a whole day just for filming. And day 4 and 5 would be editing and putting final touches on the product. Okay, and in conclusion, so there's so many benefits to learning the basics of gardening. So many, better for mental and physical health. It's more nutritious, better just for your health overall. It can be budget friendly. You're more self-sufficient and more can rely on yourself. And overall, it's such a beneficial lifelong skill that we should all learn. And this video will really cover that. The instructional video itself will be about 10 minutes long. It's going to cover basic gardening steps, plants to start off with, supplies needed, and tips to begin your own garden. And that is my proposal. Thank you so much for listening.